So let's go to our configuration. So so this is our server, right? Print working directory. This is our server. Do you have any folder here?
No.
No, we do not.
All right. So there's a command called sudo su. I'm going to install. Okay, let's do yum update. Yum update is a command for updating this server. And I say yum update, and it says you need to be the administrator. Root means administrator to be able to perform this function. So this function will not work because I do not have the authority, the permission. Who am I? Who is logged in now? Who am I? I'm EC2 user. EC2 user cannot use this command. You must be an administrator to use this command. So every time you use Linux and Linux tells you, I cannot run this command for you because you are not an administrator. You are going to say, in the name of the administrator, run this command. And to do that, the command is sudo. Sudo means I'm using the name of the administrator now. Go ahead and run this command. So once you use sudo and then you enter the same command, update, the command is now going to run. So have you learned something today? That even though you are not an administrator, you can use the power, the name and the power of sudo to run administrative command. All right, so that's it. Are you sure you want to run this command? I'll take Y for yes. So that is it. So the server is now updating. Why do we need to update? Update is part of the preparation you need to first of all complete before you can even talk about converting the server to web server. All right, you see things happening now. So Linux has updated your server now. So what do you want to do to this server? What you want to do to this server, amongst the over 500 possible things that you can do, is you want to make this server your web server. The command to make your server, web server, is yum install. Then the protocol for web server is called HTTPD. We'll still do this in Linux, but we're already here now, so I can't run it. HTTPD. So what does this mean? This means yum install is the command for installing packages. And the package we want to install right now is web service. But in English, they call it web service. But technically, the protocol for web service is HTTPD. So that's why we have it like this. So it's yum install. This is normal. Anytime you want to install a package or a service in Linux, it's yum install. Then what is the name of the service you want to install? Whether it's firewall or FTP or whatever it is, put the service. In this case, the service that we want to install now is what? HTTPD. HTTPD is the technical name for web server. HTTP demo. All right?
I have a question, sir.
Okay.
Okay. According to from your industry experience, what's the most popular web server?
How many web servers do you know?
Okay, Node.js, Django, Apache.
Oh, those ones are not web servers. Don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get to the web server because you don't even know web server, so I cannot tell you the most popular one.
Right.
We'll get there if you are doing DevOps. So web servers will be HTTPD, which is Apache Web. There's Tomcat, and then there is there's Tomcat. There's Apache Web Server. There are two other popular ones.
IIS.
IIS is for Windows. IIS is good for Windows, not necessarily for Linux. Then there's one more. Nginx. So of all of these, Nginx will be like the most popular. So there's Nginx, there's IIS. Now we're confusing the other people now. Let's go on. Let's go back. Come back. Now, you install HTTPD, right? Are you with us now? The other class?
Yes.
So I press enter. So it's giving me that problem, like that issue that gave me earlier on. You remember when he said this? All I know, Silas, remember that thing in the Bible?
Yeah.
So who are you? Administrator, I know. Root, I know. Who are you to tell me to go and install this? What's the solution? Say, in the name of
sudo.
So sudo, now do your
install
HTTPD. So now that you have supplied sudo, just put sudo in front of this same command. It should work now. All needs to bow. How is it said? You press enter now, and I say, to do it. Now, this yes that you answer all the time, you could have just put it in front like this, -y. Can you see my Word document? -y means anytime you ask me a question that requires yes, just take yes as my answer. Just go ahead. It's automation. So there will be no need for you to stop here to ask me for the answer. But in any case, because I did not give the default answer of y, I'll still have to manually enter y. I come here and I enter y. Awesome. Beautiful. It's done. So just that simple statement, just that. And at interview, they ask you, do you know how to install HTTP? You say no. It's like it's a big deal. How can you say you don't know how to install it? But the installation is just one command. Look at it. It's already installed. So by this installation, this server, this instance is now a web server. It is now safe to post a website there, and then it will be available to browse globally, like we are going to do. All right, so that's how to install a web server. Because there are many different kinds of web server, that is how to install this particular one called Apache web. All right, so let's go ahead and test. We said we have installed web server. Let's test to see if it works. So the next thing we want to do is restart the service. So the new configuration you just completed will load. Again, we'll do this in Linux, I hope. You know, our Linux is actually free Linux. So in case we are not actually able to cover all of this because of the crowd, I'll still have to come back to the details of Linux with you. All right. So irrespective of whether we'll cover it in class or not, we'll still come back. So that's why I'm actually taking my time now to just do it. All right. So in Linux, every time you install a service, you must restart the system for the system to be aware of the new service you just installed, right? So the way to do that is to say systemctl, so come here and say systemctl, system control, restart. What's the name of the service that we installed now, earlier on?
HTTP.
HTTP.
Check your system spelling. You put double S.
Oh, okay, yeah. Is it correct now?
Yes, sir.
And of course, we already know the sudo. So now that we know it, let's just get used to writing. So sudo systemctl restart HTTP. Awesome. As long as there was no complaint, it means that it was. So when I say restart the system, I actually meant reset the service that you just installed, not the whole system, not like shutdown. Right. So by this one, you have restarted the HTTP service. So this server is now aware that it is a web server. All right, that is it. It's not a web server. So you want to browse. What is the characteristic of a web server? Web server, you should be able to browse it. You should be able to browse the IP address. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we have anything here? Let's quickly put something inside so that when we browse, we'll be able to, at least we expect to see something. So the place, at least you know the meaning of echo, right? If I do this, if I say Control C, please, no. Okay. So this is a command. This is a command. What's this command saying? This command is saying echo, put hello world into this file. This file is the default place. This file, do you understand it? We used echo in class yesterday, right?
Yes.
So I'm saying put this echo world into this file index.html, which is inside this directory HTML, which is inside this directory www, which is inside this directory var. These are some of the things we were trying to learn yesterday. In fact, let me change this hello world to something that you let's anybody's name here.
Adetokunbo.
Ademola US. All right.